Scenic Hotel Group, a place to stay no matter your staycation. From the Legacy Collection, Scenic Hotels, Suites and Resorts, and Heartland Hotels. Find your place to stay at scenichotelgroup.co.nz.
Let's go to football because at Eden Park this afternoon, it is the United States in town. The two-time defending World Cup winners and the number one side in the world against our football ferns, who will make history this afternoon playing a game at Eden Park for the first time. Game 1 in Wellington on Wednesday.
You got to create a goal. And those are the details.
And that's the header in there for goal number 4. With 16 minutes left to play.
Yeah, it finished 4-0 to the US on Wednesday. Game 2 kicks off at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Currently injured football fern Annalie Longo has been involved in the Sky Sport coverage of this series. She joins us now from Eden Park, I think, with a couple of days to think about it. Annalie, how do you reflect on the performance you saw from the football ferns in Game 1 in Wellington?
I think there were certainly a lot of positives that came out of the game. I think in that first 45 minutes, they showed they were compact defensively, they worked hard together and they looked like a really good team unit. And yet, she always has them organised, and I thought, they came out and did that. I think definitely in the second half, the USA kind of turned the screws. I think you definitely saw they have been out of season for most of those players, and they started to pick up the pace and the ball speed, and then in the second half, I thought, they were completely dominant. I think the main thing is, what a spectacle it was. It was 12,000 people come down to Wellington. It was a beautiful day, no wind, surprise, surprise. But just a great occasion for everyone involved, I think. Yeah,
let's hope that record crowd of 12.5 is beaten this afternoon at Eden Park. When the US do put their foot on the gas, like they did after half-time and score, 3 goals in a 15-minute spell, is there anything the Ferns could have done differently to stop that?
Well, it's always a tough ask. If I'm honest, it kind of felt like it was coming. So I think possibly when they get that tempo and they start to pick up, their rhythm, it's trying to, kill momentum where you can. And they came together and they had a huddle and, tried to break that kind of momentum that USA had, but it does make it hard. Ideally, you want to get higher up the pitch. So what happens is when good teams put pressure, you get deeper and deeper. And if you can get higher and put a bit more pressure up the pitch, maybe create opportunities to offload a bit of that pressure. So I think they'll look at it. I think the spaces in between the units got big in the second half, and you saw Rose Lavelle, the quality of her, and then Sanchez when she came on. If you give them too much space in between our lines, it just absolutely, they kill us. They're too good.
As far as going forward is concerned, I mean, the US had a heavy weight of possession. What would you like to see this afternoon from the football ferns to perhaps try and address that a little bit? I'm not saying it's going to be 50-50, but to try and have a bit more of the ball.
I think it comes with confidence and it comes with players being proactive. Unfortunately, when you run a lot defensively, it makes it very hard when you do win the ball. A lot of players are fatigued. And especially those players that, don't have a lot of experience in playing international football. But, for me, I'd like to see players be brave, want to play forward, try and get forward, and just try and hang on to that ball a little bit, that little bit longer. And that comes from people moving off the ball quicker. So as soon as we regain the ball, we need to see players moving, getting into spaces, and then their first touch to be able to secure it. Because the press of USA is immense. They are quick, they counter-press, and they try and win the ball back quickly. So it's really important to get numbers around the ball to be able to maintain position for longer.
We saw a couple of debuts for the football ferns on Wednesday. A couple of Graces. Grace Neville started and Grace Wisniewski came off the bench. What did you make of their first outings in a Ferns jersey?
Yeah, very happy for both of those players. I thought they did a good job. I think particularly Grace Neville in the first half. She looked composed. She slotted in. She certainly didn't look out of place. And then when this was Wisniewski in the second half, she looked composed when she did get on the ball and she made a couple of nice passes. So I think a bright future for both players. Certainly, hopefully, I'd like to see this afternoon they get a little bit more game time as well. Obviously, Grace Neville was off, so unfortunately she won't be available. But Grace Wisniewski, I think, might get an opportunity with Betsy Hassett missing.
What do you get the feeling Jitka Klimkova will do selection-wise? Because if she is going to bring anybody into this team, they're going to be less experienced players. As you say, there's no Betsy Hassett this afternoon. There's no Grace Neville. So 2 enforced changes to the starting 11. Do you think Jitka will look to give players who didn't play in Wellington a bit of game time?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I'm not sure. Not like to be in her position at the moment, but I think I would like to see an opportunity for players. I think you'll see possibly Liz Anton get a few more minutes, and Paige Satchell. Obviously, both came off that Perth trip. So they're available for a few more minutes this afternoon. So possibly they might come into the lineup. Ellie Green, we might see a little bit more. We haven't seen too much of Yana for a long time. I would really like to see an opportunity for players, particularly Bex Lake in that centre-back position. Obviously, no, we don't have too many centre-backs available for this tour, so she might get an opportunity in that centre-back role.
Yeah, tell us a bit more about her. I think she's obviously from your part of the country down in Canterbury. She's been good domestically for a while, hasn't she, without ever getting the opportunity? How do you gauge her ability to make what would be a big step up?
Yeah, I think for Bex Lake, I think it's been a long time coming, the squad call-up, and so I'm so happy for her to finally get an opportunity. And she's embracing it. She's loving camp. I think she really put her hand up in the National Women's League in the last kind of 3 or 4 years. She's actually moving to Australia this season to play in the Sydney League for the Northern Tigers, and she really is pushing to make an A-League squad next season, at the end of the season. So she's really putting a name forward. She wants it, she's hungry, and I think she's athletic, and she definitely will be learning a lot this tour, and I do hope she gets an opportunity this afternoon.
And what did you see from the United States, other than a team that's going to be very, very hard to beat again when the World Cup rolls around?
I think the quality of their depth is a little bit frightening. They're obviously very athletic and quick. You could see their patterns kind of starting to happen in that second half. Do I think they'll win the World Cup? I'm not sure. I think, they always seem to turn up at tournament time with some big results. I think it's going to be a challenge for them this year, but it just shows the quality of the depth of player they have. Missing Rampino and a couple of big names. And they still go out and, make 4 subs, and they make even more impact on the pitch. Rodman coming on to assist. It is a bit frightening, and they are so athletically quick. And they do produce, very athletic, physically quick players. So, they're a top side, and they're number one in the world for a reason.
All right, and while we're enjoying having you as part of the television coverage for these matches, you are currently rehabbing from an injury. The World Cup is almost exactly 6 months away. Are you on track to perhaps play a part, a significant part, even in the tournament?
So far, it's going all to plan. Working really hard. Rehab's a challenge. It's certainly a journey, ups and downs, but so far, smooth sailing. A lot of tough work in the gym, and just starting that return to run process at the moment. So we're on track, fingers crossed. I'll do everything I can to be there and hopefully be on the field, otherwise supporting the team where I can. Yep.
Fantastic. Well, look forward to tracking that. Look forward to seeing you this afternoon. Thanks for taking the time for a chat.
Awesome. Thanks, Bonnie.